Okay, hello everyone. So today is part 2 of the appointment, and Annette has very kindly offered to help, and we're trying to emulate a real life scenario, but in truth you all know that that is almost impossible with role
back
play.
again. I can't hear anything.
Could you mute yourself, Rod, because we can hear you. Right,
I think I'm going to have to log off and log on again. I think my network is bad.
Okay, Rod, if you could just be, silent, because I want to get going now. All right. Okay, so what we're doing is trying to role play and emulate a real appointment. Last week, it was the presentation. Oh, God, would you believe it? Sorry. Hello, Catherine. I'm in the middle of a Zoom coaching. I've got a load of people watching me. I can't talk at the moment. All right. Don't worry. Leave it all. I'll send the meter readings up. Okay. Bye-bye. I put it on bloody silent. It didn't work, did it? Right. It's on silent. I've taken my volume down. That should be it. Sorry, guys.
Do you want to
again?
Do you want to stop and restart?
3. Starting again. Here we go. Take 3.
Do you want to stop? Do you want to stop and restart the recording? Then
no, doesn't matter. Doesn't
okay.
matter. Forget it.
Okay.
So we're going to emulate a real live appointment, and things like that actually happen in real live appointments. I promise you, it is incredible what happens. So what we're saying is this is a remote appointment with Annette Lancaster. And she's come on and she's already told me that sadly Jim can't be available. In my heart, I want to explain to all of you, it sinks immediately because we always want both people there. Why do we always want them both there? Because in reality, no matter how many times they say to you, no, I'm the one that makes a decision, you can bet your bottom dollar that when you come to the end, they say, I've got to run it past my partner. True. Yeah. But Annette assures me she is the person that makes the decisions and she does everything in the household in regards to the bills. So what we've done, I'm going to now share the screen, which means I don't see you guys. And you are going to see that we're at the point where we've gone through everything. And if you can remember last week, Annette said that she actually was interested in not just saving money, but also being a partner. So I said to her, well, I think it'd be a jolly good idea to see how this goes for you. Now, guys, what we've done is I've actually taken a real life appointments figures. One I signed up last week, not the one last night. And you are going to see real figures. And I think this is going to surprise lots of you, okay? Because the people concerned said yes. And some of you would say, well, how on earth did you do that, Lisa? And you will see, you're going to see work in progress, how everybody saves. All right. So Annette, you want to, let's do a comparison for you. So Annette, what's going to happen now is I have to log in, okay, which I'm going to do. And then what we would say is it's fully remote. And I have to be honest, I've only just met Annette. Okay. And so I press that and now I go start appointment. By the way, I will be getting rid of this. Now, Annette, I would be asking Annette to do this. On a separate tab, Annette, this still applies. I know you know these as well. You know what I mean by tabs at the top?
Yep.
Lovely. Could you press another tab for me? And I'm going to tell you what to type in there.
Bear with me whilst I pull up the screen. Okay.
Lovely. Annette, would you type in uw.co.uk/share? That's SHARE. And what will come up is a page that asks you for an appointment code.
Yep.
Lovely. Could you type in where it asks you, all in capitals, please, the letters L for Lima, H for hotel, F for Freddy, D for Delta, 3, the number 3, that is. And by the wonders of modern technology, we are both seeing the same screen. But Annette, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press a little button because I can see me and I can see C, which stands for customer. I'm going to press a little button that's going to ask, can I have the control back? Would you be kind enough to give it to me? And she has. Can I just say, everybody, that was so simple, it wasn't true. It's not always like that, I promise. It is quite fascinating what goes on. Okay. Now, although Annette's got details, okay, of her own place, I'm actually going to be putting in the details of where these figures came from. Otherwise, they won't be real. Does that make sense, everybody? Yeah, you're with us. Good. So Annette, you gave me your postcode. That's very kind of you. Your BH257LS. And you are number 18 Waventon Avenue in New Milton. Very nice too. Confirm. Next. Oh, of course it does. Yeah, of course it does. Right, I'm going to put the landline.
Go back and do number 16.
Shall I go back? Can you go back? Can you go back? Yeah,
Yeah,
previous.
you can.
Edit address. Yeah, good idea. All right, that's Lisa having a blonde moment, isn't it? I'd laugh if they were as well. Lovely. Right, I've got your landline number, Annette. You very kindly gave it to me, and I'm putting it in now. That's probably going to throw up to funny things too.
Yeah.
It's not a Virgin line, because you told me it's not. And yes, you said you did own your property. Lovely. Annette, have you lived there more than 3 months?
Yes.
Yeah. So have you moved into your property in the last 3 months? The answer is no. I have to say, I find it quite interesting the way that they word this stuff, because I would do it in the positive. I would say, have you lived there longer than 3 months? And I would get a yes. I don't know why they prompted for a no. Just thinking out loud. Here we are. So we're going to bundles. Now, let me explain to you, Annette, what's going on here. What we're out to do is come up with the best prices. And I want to assure you, worst case scenario, everybody saves. And Annette, I think this might be the case because you very kindly already sent me your bills, the Outfox the Market bills. You are in a stupendous agreement, right? You've been a very, very clever lady. You've literally outfoxed the market. You've got some great prices. Sadly, I know you're aware of what's going on out there, that there is an energy crisis because wholesale gas has rocketed. I don't know if you're aware of that. It's actually 205% now since this time last year. Isn't that crazy? And what it means is that companies like Outfox the Market, very sadly, are going to possibly go down. We had another one go down last night called Go2 Energy. I think we're up to something like about 13 companies now in just over 3 weeks. Outfox the Market possibly is teetering because they would have bought energy and they can't take any new customers on because the energy they've bought when they're buying it now is so high that Ofgem, the regulator, has set the cap that you cannot go higher than that. So they would literally be taking on customers and running at a loss. Does that make some sense? Yeah, okay. So we may find that everybody saves with UW is going to be something that we'll be doing for yourself. But let's have a look. So there will be a woodland tree in your name. There'll be 100% renewable electricity. I know you said to me that that was quite important to you. Whole home Wi-Fi. Now, Annette, who's your current broadband with?
EE.
EE. Okay. And you've got, I think you said you've got 3 bedrooms in your house?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Who actually uses the internet and what for?
We've got a daughter who does gaming.
Right.
I tend to use it for some basic office work, a couple of Zooms. And my husband does it for some basic office work and some Zooms.
Lovely. Okay. What I'll say to you is this Wi-Fi Eero device system, that possibly will not be necessary for you. We have something called a super router, which as far as technicalities goes, as I say, it reaches the parts other beers don't reach, and it will be more than sufficient for your needs, all right? There will be an extra permanent 10% off the phone and broadband, like you saw with my bill, okay? That's continuous. We're going to show the market leading unlimited mobile tariffs. There is free mobile phone protection. That's available if in the future, Annette, either you or Jim decided you fancied a new handset. We have all the latest handsets. They are at wholesale prices on interest-free credit over 2 years. Okay, so there's something, an aside to our actual tariff, if that makes some sense. There is 5-star rated boiler and home cover available. And you can protect against price rises with our fixed tariff. That is possibly what I'm going to be suggesting to you. So there's also £200 to help you switch. And if you really got the jitters, there's 30 days that you can change your mind, all right? I'd say that's possibly Annette. I know that you're a lady that knows your own mind, but maybe Jim might be trying to dissuade you. Right, so let's have a look at broadband first of all. So you said you're with EE. Okay, that's lovely. How much are you paying each month?
Oh, that's a good question. What was that with the broadband, you said?
With broadband, yeah, it includes live rental for most people.
Comes in at 384 a year. Sorry, I worked out annual figures.
That's all right. No, I'll just quickly do that. That's £32. All right, £32. Okay, lovely. Now, you've told me a bit about the way that you use broadband. I'm going to suggest to you the Ultra. It's great for browsing and streaming on multiple devices. This is going to be more than sufficient for your needs. If we have a look at the detail here, Annette, please note its speeds are 36 to 40, a minimum download of 32.
This train is for Bournemouth. The next station is
Could someone mute themselves that has just come in,
That was
please?
Fran. That was Fran.
Okay. Estimated upload of 8 to 10. All right. So this will more than do what you need. Now, please make a note. I'm going to be writing this all down, Annette, now on a sheet. Okay. And I'm going to be showing you a like for like, what I call an apples for apples comparison. All right. Now, £29.69. If we times that by 12 months, is £356. Forget the odd pence, the few pence at the end of the year. So I'm going to click that one. We don't need Eeros, but I have recommended this super router. Now, this is great for medium to large homes. absolutely sufficient for your needs. Please notice there's a £5.99 delivery charge. I'm just about to write that on this sheet as well. Okay, I've got a little section there, but the price is £2 a month. It's worth its weight in gold. So in total, that's going to be £31.69. You will see all this on the sheet that I do for you. All right. So remember, this is just a quote. Do you mind me asking, Annette, you and Jim, do you even plug a phone in? I know you knew the number, but do you plug a phone in or do you use your mobiles?
We do actually.
You do?
And we've only got one friend. We do, yeah. We've only got one friend who rings on it, but yeah, we could probably unplug it, to be honest. But yeah, we don't use it. Lots of calls, really.
So you don't need a call package. I tell you
Not
what,
really.
if you've got a friend that rings you, I suggest we remove number withheld, which I've done here. I don't know if you're aware of it, but when you have number withheld, what it means is it's private number and people can't see your number when you ring out. There's a big problem. If they're private number, never the twain shall meet and you won't be able to call each other. So I always suggest we remove that. If you want to ring somebody and they don't see it, dial 141 before you ring. All right. And folk, that's a good idea to do that. So here we are. Now, mobiles. Can I just ask you, Annette, who are you currently with for your mobile?
Mine's with EE.
And how much do you pay a month?
£8.
Well, that's a good price. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's very good. How many gigs do you tend to get for that? Did you say to me when we spoke last, was it about 4 gig a month?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, all right. And do you ever find that you go over?
No, not really. No, I'm not a big over user of internet.
And you said that you work from home a lot, so I would imagine a lot of the time you're linked into your Wi-Fi.
Oh, definitely, yes.
Oh, Annette, you're going to love this. This is wonderful. We get this lovely free service called Wi-Fi calling. I've got it on my phone where I live now. Basically, there's no signal with any network, but I have crystal clear phone calls now because of this Wi-Fi calling, and you'll have it too. It's absolutely fabulous. You don't have to do anything special. You dial as normal, but it frees you up. It's absolutely brilliant. And if you're in any other Wi-Fi settings, it works as well. So it's a real bonus. Okay.
That sounds fabulous. We've got 3 mobile masts where we are, and believe it or not, inside the house it gets totally confused and we don't get mobile signal.
Wonderful. Okay, right. Well, now I'm going to ask you about Jim. What network is Jim with?
It's on Vodafone.
Okay. How much does he pay a month?
He's £12 a month.
Okay, lovely. And do you know how long ago he signed up for that?
Yeah, he signed that up in August. So he's got a 2-year contract from August.
Right, but you're out of contract, is that right?
Yeah.
Right, I tell you what, I'm going to write it all down, but I'm going to put Jim's 12 months, £12 a month. If you times that by 12 months, it's £144 a year. I'm going to put it in brackets because in truth, we can't do anything at the moment with that. That's something for the future. Okay. You will see on this form, I'm going to recommend what's on the screen to you, Annette. Have a little look. It's called Value. And it's 5 gigabytes. So it's another gig more than you've got, unlimited minutes and unlimited text. Now, I know it's more than you're paying, but just hold on to that because this may be where everybody saves. All right. So I'm going to put that down on my form. That's my suggestion. And there we are, 1 value sim. Okay. And I'm now going to go continue. Okay. Now look, for the sake of the quoting, we won't do anything, but Annette, I want to assure you, I know everybody these days wants to keep their mobile number, and I'm sure you're the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
that will apply. If you decide you like what you see, not only will we ensure that your phone is unlocked, but we'll ensure that we get a PAC code from EE so that you can retain your mobile number and all your data and photographs and everything. All right. So I'm just going to go continue. I'm just going to literally fly through this. Do you pay for anyone else in the house at all?
Yeah, we've got our daughter, but she's
does
happy
her
with
own.
what she got. She does her own stuff. Yeah.
Okay. All right, then that's fine. We'll continue. Okay. Now, gas and electric. You're with this amazing company called Outfox the Market. Right, I need to ask you a few questions now, because what I'd like to do, if you don't mind, Annette, is I'd like to give a genuine comparison, okay? And if we know the actual consumption and the prices, it really matters. And you sent me these bills, so I want you to notice now what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this consumption in that you told me, all right? It's on the bill. I don't know if you found the page yourself where I'm getting it from, but basically it's 4,964 kilowatts that you use.
Yep.
That's a little bit over average. Do you use a tumble dryer by any chance?
No, we've got a daughter that games. That, believe it or not, that eats up a lot of electricity.
Right, and your gas on there on the bill is 17,358. Yeah, that's about average. Now, do you like to pay for your energy on a monthly basis, where you pay what we call budget plan? You pay 12 equal monthly installments instead of paying exactly for what you've just used the month before?
Yeah, we like to know what we've got to pay out for each month. So yes.
Lovely. Right, so now we're going to press get quote. And here we are. So first of all, it's going to show the variable. I'm praying that this hasn't changed since I signed him up actually last week. I've just realized it might have done. It seems to be moving fast. Right, let's have a look. No, it's the same. Right, so what is this one? What is it? It's the, does it say which tariff it is? That's weird.
It'll do it on the illustrated cost. If you go down, it should tell you.
It says variable.
On the information tariff, it'll tell you in there.
Lisa, it's the blue thing is on variable.
I know it is.
On that
Yeah.
figure.
Yeah, we're doing the variable first. So what I'm doing, Annette, I've written in a column current annual spends, and I've added everything up, excluding gyms. And for all your current spends with EE on your broadband and line and your mobile, Outfox the Market electric, Outfox the Market gas, it comes to 1,687 a year. Okay. Now, let's put in variable 1,080, okay, on the electric. And then if we open this up with the gas, and it's 789. Okay, so that comes to £2,609 a year. Now at this point, you're going to go, oh, that's good. There's some savings. Yeah, but Annette, I'd like to do what I call, hang on, sorry. I'd like to do what I call a like for like. And I'd like to show you our fixed prices. So I've written all this down now, and now I'm going to click the button to fixed. There we go. Now this might be different on the screen. Yeah, it's gone up even more. Blimey. Okay. So guys, when you see my sheet, you'll realize it's a bit less when I signed him up last week. All right, because that's a lot. 1,454. It was 1,335. All right, and that.
Yep.
And then if we look at the gas, 1,042. Guys, gas and electric is soaring beyond belief. When I signed up this person, it was 941. So what I want to do now, Annette, I'm going to take a photograph of my sheet, and I've written everything down like, I've written down postage and packing for the router. I've assumed, because we talked about the cashback card in the presentation and you really like the sound of that. So I put on there a one-off £5. So at this point, I am purely doing just a quote at this point. All right. So I'm taking a photograph. And what I do now, ladies and gentlemen, is I send it to Annette via WhatsApp. So she has a look and then she can see it. Now, by the wonders of modern technology, I'm going to do a new share. Hopefully this will work, what I want to do. Bear with us. And for the sake of this exercise, you're going to all see what Annette's seeing. All right. Now for the cashback challenge, when I do a remote, I've decided it can all take a bit too long and it can feel too long. So Annette, what I've done here, in our house, there's two of us and we get between £30 and £50 a month back from everyday spending. Now you said there's 3 of you, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, look, let's be a bit conservative. Let's say you only got £30 back. Let's go with 30. That would be £360 cash back. Does that make some sense? Yeah. So keep that one in the offing. All right. Now, postage and packing, there's the cashback cards. There's that bit. Now let's show you this bit. Here we go. So there's your £32 a month for your EE, which is £384. There's your EE mobile. Jim, we said couldn't do, so we're leaving that. Here's your Outfox the Market electric. Here it is for the gas. You're fixed to the end of May. All of that, that one's including Jim. That's excluding Jim.
All right, yeah.
Now, Super Router with UW is £2 a month, so obviously £24 a year. 29.69 times 12 months is 356. The value SIM, which gives you a bit more than you've got, is 144. Here's the variable prices that we've just seen. All right, so there they are. And here is our fixed prices. Now, if we take that, or rather that from that, Utility Warehouse at this present moment is £1,113 more expensive. And you're probably going, what? But I've got some good news for you. Everybody saves. And what we're going to do, Annette, if you like this, this could really work for you and it could be to such your advantage. And I want to explain how. So ladies and gentlemen, take a look. At this point, most of you, I think, would probably have the jitters. But this is what I said to the person that I signed up. I can't say because of GDPR, but I said, now look, so there's 1,113 more expensive. If we send up your EE broadband bill, your EE mobile, and Outfox the Market bills, we'll send them off to Everybody Saves at uw.co.uk. Now, what's going to happen? They'll look at it all and they will say, well, until the end of May next year, the difference is from Outfox the Market to UW XYZ. They will not let you, Annette, spend any more money at all than you would have done with Outfox the Market or EE at all. After that contract with Outfox the Market ends, if they're still in business, I know that's a big if, all right, because they possibly won't be. But if they are, they're going to bring in a new fixed rate themselves, or they won't bring one in at all, and they'll have their pricing. Whatever the difference is, it doesn't matter, because Utility Warehouse will be cheaper. And you very nicely will be already in a fixed rate, as you've seen, until the 30th of September. So you really will have the cheapest prices. Does that make some sense? Now, what we've not accounted for is this wonderful £360 a year, factoring it in as well. Now, that is a guesstimate. You might get more back. Do you know what? It's called Happy Days, Annette. And what we'll do is we'll make sure that we get your pack code. We'll make sure that your phone's unlocked. We'll do all those bits and bobs. I can do it all straight away now through Zoom, can do it all. And all in all, what it's doing is safeguarding you. It's future rise proofing you. That's what I call it. Does that make some sense, Annette?
Yep.
So I'm just going to stop that share a moment. Everyone can see it, okay? And Annette, I want to ask you, do you think this is something that would work for you? Would you like Utility Warehouse to do Everybody Saves?
I think that sounds fair, actually. I quite
Can I
like
just
that.
mention that when we send it off, if they don't come back with something that you like, please, you've got 30 days anyway to change your mind. Yeah, but I think what we're doing here is we are future-proofing any rises. You are absolutely guaranteed price. You can see the prices to the 30th of September, but the difference is what they'll do is they'll apply credits up until the 30th of May to the value of that cheaper price you've already got without Fox the Market. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I've now got a yes. I would now continue doing the, let me just go back to it. I would continue carrying on. Now, if I accept the quote at this point, okay, I'm a bit reticent to, all right, because I don't want to, because this is all fake, all right, but you know the screens that happen afterwards, all right, so I would continue with that, all right. I'm going to not accept it because I don't want this to carry on. I'm going to get rid of it in a moment. At this juncture, if you want to unmute yourselves and ask some questions, because I bet there's lots of questions at this point. We haven't finished this presentation. There's going to be other things. I'm going to show you the stuff that we do. All right. But anyone got any questions at this point? Yes, Jen.
Can we have a copy of your form you use?
Yeah, of course you can. I'll send that out to you.
Thank you.
It's something I've adapted. It has adapted. It's changed over time. It's very basic. It's just a useful thing to have, and it outlines it. Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah, Alan.
Yeah. You've mentioned the credits are applied only up to the end of May. I thought
Right.
it was the whole year.
No, it's credits to the end of May, because Outfox the Markets fixed term ends at the end of May.
Oh, okay.
Right. So what they're doing is they're going to take that amount, bring it so that Annette is not any worse off. She's got this great rate.
Right.
All right. But then after May, that won't exist anyway. That there is a likelihood, Alan, Outfox the Market will be gone anyway. And I don't say that with any glee at all, because I'm very mindful that people are losing their jobs and everything. Yeah. But I think that might be the case. If it is the case, Annette's already in a great deal with UW, because I don't know if you're aware, if you wanted to do a bit of testing, go on to Money Saving Expert or Money Supermarket. We are coming in so much cheaper than all the other companies. And it's because we've got this wonderful agreement till 2033. We're even able to offer 5% under the cap, which other companies can't do. And you may or may not know, but EDF are actually said they will not take any more new customers. They can't afford to. And do you all understand why? Yeah. because
EDF.
because wholesale energy has gone up so much. With the cap in place, they're actually buying the energy more expensive than what they're able to sell it for.
God.
Yeah.
I know that. I know that.
And a friend of Steve Critchley's, who works on the oil rig, sent us something through our SGL forum, and he said, on the oil rig out there, they were saying gas was going at something like 56p a therm this time last year. It's now gone up to over £2 a therm. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy, and it's not going to stop. It's going to absolutely rocket as we come towards April next year. I did can't remember which night now, Friday night. I did an appointment through remote with somebody that I met at the garden centre. Unbelievably, he's decided to stay with his little tiny company and see what happens. I personally, yeah, I think it's like financial suicide. He actually, because his current rate expires at the end of Jan, right? And he said, well, it'll probably all sort itself out by then. And I just said, I wrote back on a WhatsApp and said, I'd love to have your optimism, but unfortunately 19 years in the industry and experience tells me this isn't going to happen, but it doesn't matter. Come January, let's look at this again. I'll give you a call. And you know what? I'm sure that Utility Warehouse will be able to help you. And you've just got to smile through it, haven't you? So somebody's just said something to me. Hang on, what's this? Right, what's this? Is fix no, right, Annette, Fran, I would never put them on variable. Every time I put them on fixed. Every single time, even though it's more expensive, because if they're on fixed, you want to do like for like, and that's how everybody saves. That kicks in. Different if they were on variable, it would be variable like for like. Okay. Now look, we've gone over our time.
If there was a massive difference in the cost, which there has been for a few of mine, like £70 a month difference, and they're saying, I can't do it, I just can't afford it, then would you sort of agree, okay, then variable is the way forward?
No, because everybody saves, and those credits will be made up. They won't be out of pocket. They won't be paying more. They're going to credit their bill every single month so that they're no worse off than they're currently paying. All right. Yeah.
Lisa, can I quickly add a very quick question, please?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm following it right, but what you just said, can you just explain again what happens in May next year then? So they get these credits through till next May.
When his fix runs out, yeah.
Yeah, and then from your quote that you just shown, obviously UW was like £1,000 higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, so can you just explain that? I don't understand then, come May, what's going to happen to this credit that he's been receiving up till May?
So the credit will stop because his fixed rate will stop that he would have had if he'd stayed with Outfox the Market.
Yeah.
That will be gone. That won't exist. What will be available then, I dread to think. It's going to be astronomical. Whereas our fixed rate that is in place on the screen, the one you saw, that will be continuing because it's fixed until the 30th of September. So all that will happen is he will revert then to our fixed rate prices after the end of May.
Right. Okay, thank you.
That's all right. Now, the reason they put everything, all the bills in, is because if you take a look at, let me see if I can bring it back in so you know what I'm on about. Everybody see it again? Yeah. Can you see? Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you take a look, actually, we were slightly cheaper on the broadband Yeah. But we were more
Yeah.
expensive on the mobile. So they don't do it like that. They take the whole figures, the whole figures. That's the best way to do it. That's why all the bills go in. And I will say to you, all right, I can't let you see the real thing, obviously, because I've just rewritten this. What I'll say this to all of you. This was actually my architect that's doing my extension. And he absolutely went for it and said, yes, no, I totally understand it. And it's the delivery and the confidence that you give with the delivery will help. If you are floundering yourself and thinking, oh my God, how's this going to work? Oh, there's 1,113 more money there. If you actually thinking like that, it won't work. You've got to believe that what's going to happen is going to happen. That's why there's the 30-day money back guarantee, because if they get it all back and they don't like it, they can change their mind. All right. Now, what I'd like to do next week, I know it's an extension, but in truth, if you was with someone, be it remotely or face to face, and they're now interested in the opportunity, you've got to understand you wouldn't do this all in half an hour. That would never be. All right. I can work fast, but I can't work that fast. So what we'll do next week, so if it's all right with everyone, we'll continue, and if hopefully Annette can still be there, we're then going to talk about how we'll go through and show her how she would be interested in being a partner. All right, is that okay? Did that all help?
Do you need both people there for the partner interview?
No,
No?
no, not at all.
All right.
I've got a feeling Annette's the boss.
I have to give you that impression.
Guys, lovely seeing you all. See you next week. Enjoy Pizza Tuesday tonight, by the way. Take care.